Namaskar. This is Shilpa Bhawana and I extend my heartiest welcome to all the viewers in this unique talk series, Chartered Accountants, The Growth Gears. It is presented by the Committee for Members in Industry and Business, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. My dear friends, let's get started with this inspirational and motivational ride.
At the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, we strongly believe that as the world's largest accounting body, we have a huge role to play towards economic development of India. In this regard, we constantly endeavor to review the emerging trends globally and evaluate the need for changes that are necessary to meet the expectations of stakeholders and the industry. As a premier body for accounting, we have always been instrumental in setting up and formulating standards of accounting and strengthening the financial reporting framework. The world today is moving at a very fast pace. To keep oneself updated is not recommended but a necessity today. At the Institute, we continually monitor the changes and keep programs and seminars to keep our members updated and abreast with the changing scenarios, not just domestically but also internationally. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is fully dedicated and taking various endeavors to drive the growth of its members and students who are our growth gears.
It's worth mentioning that all big things have small beginnings. Thus, one should never forget that from where they come, because these humble beginnings are the foundation of success. Today we are meeting one such chartered accountant who has actually proved that from humble beginnings comes great things. My dear friends, we are meeting one such chartered accountant who has started from a scratch and went on to build a legacy. A legacy that is not only making the society proud, but it is making India proud. Shining on the global platform, we are ready to meet MD and CEO of Nitin Spinners Limited, CA Dinesh Nolkha.
Having a brilliant academic career, CA Dinesh Nolkha is a rank holder chartered accountant from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. After completing his professional education, the entrepreneur instinct prompted him to enter into cotton textiles industry. That resulted into establishing him as a daunting leader in the industry.
Sir, most welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me in the show and thank you for the CA Institute to bring me in for this kind of talk show.
You had a brilliant academic career. आप खुद rank holder chartered accountant रहे हैं. So when was the time when you crossed path with entrepreneurship?
Actually, my father, Mr. R.L. Nolkha, is also a chartered accountant and he was a CEO of a large textile company. I saw that CAs can perform a lot of things as a CEO and then I thought maybe I should start my own organization. That was the initial thought process.
Then why Cotton Textile Industry? इसी को क्यों चुना आपने?
Yeah, this is a good question. Till 1991, there was licensing in this industry. So textile industry was having licenses and their skills were not there. So at that point of time, the licensing happened and it was open to all.
Okay.
Being a chartered accountant, I could sense that this could be an opportunity, which is there. So I thought maybe let's do something in textile. Bhilwara was developing as a textile city and that time it was worthwhile to go in textile.
So that was a good time to do that.
Yeah. So then apart from this, now why cotton textile? Because Bhilwara is known for synthetic textiles.
Exactly.
Since my father was working in a textile company, and we did not wanted to have clash of interests and wanted to maintain the ethics which is through the profession which we are in. That's why I thought let's go for cotton textile, which was not there at all in his portfolio.
At that time?
Yes, at that point of time, no cotton textile in.
So I would say that was a bold decision to take.
Yes, of course. That was a very bold decision to start with, and I think later on we saw that cotton as a textile has graduated from a poor man's fabric to the rich man's fabric.
Yeah.
So we have seen that journey.
Do you see your qualification of chartered accountancy being rock solid with you when you started your journey and even today when you are pursuing your organization?
Of course, this has been one of the most important pillars of my career because in the chartered accountancy profession, we are able to know the finances part of it, the compliances part of it. You can imagine a raw person at the age of 22 incorporating a company, making and arranging finances, and then finalizing the equipment, organizing all the other things. So that was possible because I had been through that articleship journey in
the practical training.
The practical training which has been there, and also the course which was there in the chartered accountants. So that helped us a lot. And then later on, with as the time passes on, we have seen a lot of changes happening in this profession, and I'm keeping updated with that. So that is definitely helping us out.
So how do you see that evolution? Because the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India has come a long way since then when it started. अब 75 years हो गए हैं हम लोग, मतलब भारत के अमृत काल के साथ हमारा जो इंस्टीट्यूट है ये भी अपने अमृत काल पे है. So how do you see this journey and the evolution from the point of view of a chartered accountant yourself?
I have passed out chartered accountancy about 31 years back. Since then and now, when we see the new chartered accountants, there is a lot of changes which is happening. The good thing is that CA Institute has kept the pace with the changes in the technology, also with the changes in the legal framework which is happening all around India as well as internationally.
So they have been relevant all the time?
Yes, they have been changing the practices which is there internationally available. So that has kept the course very relevant. When we go overseas, we see that we are able to cope up with whatever financial statement which is being thrown to us. So that is a good thing that CA Institute has kept a pace with whatever has happened in the past.
And my dear friends, it's always being said now that you need to be relevant as per the times. And once you are relevant as per the time, then there is nothing that can pull you back from your goal. So my dear friends, I would like to urge you all that as ICAI has kept itself relevant, please you also keep yourself relevant with your updation of the knowledge. So you think, sir, this updating knowledge is very much important for every CA?
Very much important. The laws keeps on changing.
Yeah.
All the compliances which is happening, that is evaluated every day in and out. So a chartered accountant needs to keep it updated. Plus, our institute is offering a practically, you have to go for some 16 or 24 hours of practices training every year. So that keeps you updated about the latest happening which is there.
So that means once you have shaken hand with ICAI, तो आपकी lifetime तक वो hand holding बनी रहती है.
Of course, that has been the experience.
You have a global presence with the exports to more than 50 countries now. If I talk about your turnover, so 20 to 23 May, it's like 2407 crores, and out of which more than 56% was the exports. So do you feel that your qualification of chartered accountancy helps you to understand the laws of the other country as well?
Basically, you can say this course helps us in decoding the laws. We are able to understand the laws very well. You are abreast with the international practices also.
And you are taking up the name of India over there.
Yes, of course. So that helps us a lot. And the institute courses, the new ones especially are designed for that. So that is a good, practically good thing which is happening.
So sir, आपको ऐसा कोई instance याद है when you recall that हम लोग इतने countries में export करते हैं, but this particular country when we entered and studying that law was very much difficult, and if you would not be having the CA qualification तो शायद आप नहीं समझ पाते उस चीज को. Do you remember any such instance?
One such kind of instance happened in China. We had a lot of exports happening to China. There were certain restrictions and certain laws which were there, which was restricting the imports, but there were another treaties which were happening which allowed us to export at a concessional rate of duty. Even the traders there or manufacturers there were not using those treaties. So I remember about 10-11 years back, since I was chartered accountant, I could understand those treaties and basically see that this kind of benefits are available, and we could be more competitive in that country. We decoded that, offered that to our customers, and then took them to their authorities and allowed our exports at concessional rates. So that helped us in increasing the exports to that country, and for that some period of time we were very, very successful, and later on everybody followed with those kind of structure.
So you paved the path for other exporters as well.
Of course, once a commodity goes, then everybody falls in line also for that.
Right. So sir, when you started until today, because it's never a straight journey for anyone, it's always the up and down, it goes on like that. that. So how do you see your journey coming up this way? Because you must be having a lot of challenges and winning them and making your organization withstanding a legacy. It's a difficult task. So how did you do that?
Basically, there were, I think, 3-4 pillars to the growth which we have seen. One is commitment, that you need to be committed to what you do.
Most important.
Secondly, transparency. You need to be very transparent with all your stakeholders. Of course, ethics plays a very important role.
Yes.
So we have seen many times when we had incurred a lot of losses in the process. 2008, when the US issues came up and the currencies went down, we made huge losses. But we were very much committed to our lenders, and we could restructure ourselves in a proper manner and could come out with very much flying colors.
That's so beautiful, sir. And friends, this is such a brave message for all of us. चाहे हम लोग अपने CA की qualification pursue कर रहे हैं, or we are the aspirant to become a CA. This is very important to understand. You know, आज अगर loss हो रहे हैं, तो कल हम उसे profit में तब्दील जरूर कर सकते हैं. The only thing that we need to remember is कि हारता वो व्यक्ति नहीं है जो गिर जाता है. हारता वो व्यक्ति है जो गिरने के बाद उठकर खुद खड़ा नहीं होता. So I would like to say, sir, you have done that. You have done that, and it brings in a lot of confidence after that.
Of course.
So, do you think that your qualification training, your CA qualification training, has given you all those traits? Like when you talk about commitment, when you talk about transparency, ये सब कुछ CA की training में सिखाया जाता है. So how do you see that?
बिल्कुल सिखाया जाता है, and it was a part of the experience, the training which we have done, the articleship which we have done.
Sir.
One important aspect which I just forgot to tell you was the risk analysis, which is very, very important part of our curriculum also these days. I learned maybe a bit later after falling once that the risk analysis is very, very important, and all the new aspirants must also take care of that.
So, sir, do you have more CAs in your organization?
Of course, we do have.
Okay, and you are welcoming for other ones जो कि नए बच्चे आ रहे हैं, they are like, I want to join this cotton textile industry now.
Chartered accountant is one breed which can fit in every sphere of the business.
Okay. They have that professional competence.
They have the professional competence. They are very good in commercial aspects. Finance, of course, is the core of it. They are, with certain trainings, can do well in marketing because in our businesses we have complex costings involved. So they can do pretty well over there. And of course, in some organizations, they're doing very well in HR also.
ICAI is one of the largest professional accounting bodies in the world, with a strong tradition of service to the nation.
Chartered accountancy is regarded as the hallmark of effective financial governance globally. Chartered accountants represents financial prudence and discipline. With their multi-dimensional capabilities, they act as a catalyst towards economic development. Various progressive initiatives have been devised to equip chartered accountants with the knowledge and skills required to take on the new challenges of the 21st century.
ICAI has been at the forefront of shaping the finance, accounting and auditing landscape in India.
The Committee for Members in Industry has taken one more new initiative for the chartered accountants in the industry, where beside having the ICAI award, we have launched 40 under 40 award, which is for the young chartered accountants who have performed exceedingly well in the chartered accountancy profession while they were serving to their own enterprise or where they are working as an executive or as CFO.
The Committee for Members in Industry and Business of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India works towards providing better career opportunities for its members in industry and businesses by organizing various placement programs. We aim to provide our members with the latest knowledge, tools, and services for them to excel in their careers. The committee works on initiatives aimed at equipping members with the relevant guidance and assistance to aid their professional pursuits. enabling them to be successful in their field in the industry.
Perhaps you are the first entrepreneur to whom I am meeting जिनकी organization में उनके father भी as an employee काम करते हैं. So how did that happen?
Actually, when I started this company, and this was in Cotton Textiles, so this was none of my father had no experience on this side. So I was continuing my business, and he was very happy with his CEO job, which he was pursuing. But later on, as we saw the growth path, the company was growing very well. I told my father that you must join us because this is something which is growing big now. We had just become 100% export oriented unit.
जी.
But for him, this company was too small at that point of time.
तो कैसे मनाया आपने?
And make him understand. He also shared with me what his aspirations are.
To join the organization.
Yes. He joined us. He disciplined us a lot. Yeah, he brought in a lot of discipline. He brought in a lot of maturity to our company. And you can see when he joined, the company was about 15 crores. And in 25 years, we are 2,500 crores.
Wonderful. So undoubtedly, because he is also a CA, so he knows how the figures work.
Yeah, of course.
तो बड़े साहब कौन है?
Bade Saab, of course, he's the
He is the one.
He is called Bade Saab only.
अच्छा, अरे वाह, क्या बात है. तो देखिए ऐसा हो जाता है कभी-कभी. The point you analyze is most of the time true in their senses. You and your father, both of you are chartered accountants from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and perhaps you are the only father-son duo जिनको दोनों को CFO award मिला हुआ है ICAI से. So how much gratifying this feeling is?
This is very much gratifying. I must thank the CA Institute for acknowledging our work. Means they have given CA Leadership Award to me. Means, and more fortunate thing for me is I got before my father.
Oh my God! अच्छा तो वही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाई, उनको अपने पास फिर आपने बुलाया, तो पहले अवार्ड लिया, फिर आपने कहा now you also achieved this.
नहीं, उनको अलग चीज के लिए मिला और मुझे अलग चीज के लिए मिला.
But you received it.
Yeah, we both received it, and we must thank CA Institute for acknowledging the work whatever we have done in last 25-30 years. My father was also very, very happy to receive it. He got second rank in the final. So at that point of time, Vice President of India awarded him that.
Wow.
So after that award, this was the only award he got from the CA Institute. So it was more gratifying to get it after 50 years.
Such a beautiful thing. So sir, how do you see these kind of initiatives from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India? Because training you in a field is a separate thing. Giving hand holding is a separate thing, and then acknowledging what you are achieved, it's really different altogether. तो आपको कैसा लगता है जब एक इस तरह का इंस्टीट्यूट अपने साथ जुड़े हुए लोगों को आगे बढ़ाने की बात करता है?
आप एक एग्जाम्पल क्रिएट कर रहे हैं, लोगों के लिए एग्जाम्पल क्रिएट कर रहे हैं कि आप अचीव कीजिए लाइफ में, आप शोकेस कर रहे हैं. इट गिव्स ए सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंगनेस, आई वुड से. आने वाले स्टूडेंट्स के लिए आप इंस्पिरेशन क्रिएट कर रहे हैं कि हम ये कोर्स करके सिर्फ एक डिग्री नहीं ले रहे हैं, हम एक लाइफस्टाइल बिल्ड कर रहे हैं.
Exactly. This is so good for all those budding chartered accountants, the young chartered accountants, or the ones who are aspiring to become a CA. So what would be your message for them?
Be committed, and I must say, maintain the transparency. That is very, very important. If you are transparent and if you are committed, of course, hard work is important by the students who are already there. They know that hard work is essence of this CA course.
बिल्कुल.
Initial part of the life, you think that we are doing a monotonous job. It is not that monotonous. This will give you the perfection.
Right.
And I know many chartered accountants जो कि सिर्फ एक ग्लांस के ऊपर पूरी बैलेंस शीट और पूरी कंपनीज की एनालिसिस कर डालते हैं. ये प्रैक्टिस से आता है.
ये प्रैक्टिस से आता है. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि आंखों में कोई स्कैनर लगा होता है. ये प्रैक्टिस से आता है.
So ये प्रैक्टिस से आता है. So keep doing it. Next few decades are of India, and where the manufacturing is going to be the key thing which is going to happen in this country. So we need more and more chartered accountants to come in the industry, more and more professionals joining and growing the industry. Effort towards that should be made.
तो जब CA को जो बन जाते हैं, जो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स बन जाते हैं, वो जब CA दिनेश नौलखा को ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं, तो आप कौन सी क्वालिटीज देखते हैं इनके अंदर कि ये क्वालिटी है, so I would like to pick up this chartered accountant?
I first look at whether how analytical that person is. आजकल information तो सब नेट पे अवेलेबल है.
Exactly.
आपको information याद होना जरूरी नहीं है.
But dissection of that information is important.
Yes. So first of all, need to be analytical. and how much effort towards the work he is ready to put in.
लेकिन कई लोगों को लगता है कि सी हो गए तो अब आराम की जिंदगी है.
वहां से जिंदगी शुरू होती है.
Yes, of course.
There is a special segment now that I call Shilpa Bhawana special.
Okay.
It's a rapid fire. I am going to say a statement and you have to choose. What gives you immense pleasure? Spinning the wheel of production or spinning the figures of balance sheet?
Spinning the figures of the balance sheet.
Here speaks the chartered accountant. How do you admire Bade Saab the more, as chairman or as father?
As chairman.
Now I would be saying some words. उन शब्दों को सुनकर जो पहली चीज आपके जहन में आती है आपको कहनी है, लेकिन वो भी आपको एक शब्द में कहनी है. Okay?
Okay.
Textile.
Spinning.
Exports.
International exposure.
Finances.
Back of my hand.
Chartered accountant.
The most prestigious qualification in the country.
The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India.
The epitome of, I must say, the transparency.
Wow. And CA Dinesh Nolkha.
A humble worker.
I would agree to that. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. It was lovely interacting with you.
Thank you so much. I must thank the CA Institute. I must thank all the production team. And it's really great talking to you and hope we can interact more.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Constant hard work, focus, commitment, and determination. These are the ingredients that go into making a chartered accountant. So after having this purposeful talk with CA Dinesh Nolkha, I can actually say that motivation is what gets you started, but commitment keeps you going. So all our chartered accountants and the aspirants, I would say, honor your words, because that is going to help us in the very, very long run. On behalf of Committee for Members in Industry and Business, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, I would like to take your leave for today, but I would like to promise you to bring on more such inspirational stories that unfolds the box of motivation for all of us. This is Shilpa Bhawana saying you goodbye. Thanks a lot. Jai Hind.